Customs and Border Protection officers are searching the luggage of a passenger returning from a 3-week trip to China. They are aware that when leaving the country, the woman purchased a pair of diamond earrings worth over $200,000, and she claimed the GST back as part of the tourist refund scheme.
Does your husband live in China?
Yes.
He lives in China.
My son is study.
Customs and Border Protection officer James wants to make sure the woman is not carrying the earrings with her, as under the scheme, a GST exemption can only be claimed on goods that are not brought back into the country within 12 months. But as the search continues, it seems the diamond earrings may not be the only problem.
Hong Kong money.
Yeah, I know, but how much you have in there?
The woman is carrying an envelope full of a large amount of cash, which will need to be counted, as any amount over $10,000 or more in Australian currency or foreign equivalent must be declared.
Why didn't you declare all this money?
I don't know.
You didn't know you had the money?
Yes. This money. My husband is me. I thought.
Well, if you don't know, you must say yes on your declaration because you're unsure.
There is no limit to the amount of currency that people can bring in or out of Australia, but they must declare amounts of $10,000 or more. Immigration officers have pulled aside an Ecuadorian national travelling on a tourist visa. The man has been to Australia before, but an anonymous tip-off suggests he's here for more than a holiday.
So we just had information that he may be come back to Australia to work. So we're just going to check his bags.
Customs and Border Protection has been brought in to do a bag search.
I'll be searching the bags, particularly looking for anything related to working and, of course, any other interests to both our agencies. Could be drugs, etc.
Miguel, just going to do a bag search.
The passenger is travelling with his British partner, who is also being held for questioning. But it's the Ecuadorian that the tip-off was about.
It's a telephone line that normally people call in to dob in people who are going to work on their visa. From that information, it's led us to a website, and which is a escort agency for males, which appears the passenger is going to be working on his visa. So that's why we're speaking to him today.
And it's not long before they come across some items of interest.
What is it called?
Coverject.
What is it though?
It's over-the-counter medicine.
For what?
It's for impotence.
The Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry use biosecurity detector dogs to detect concealed food and plant material. Their keen sense of smell is extremely reliable.
Find it, Charlie. Yes, good girl.
And today in Melbourne, this non-declarant passenger has been targeted for a bag search.
You didn't understand the question? No. So you do have some food in there, though?
Nuts. You know nuts?
Nuts?
Yes.
You have some nuts?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes. Tomato paste.
Tomato paste?
You know make that bread? Flour.
Okay.
Ah.
Any vegetables?
Nothing.
Any fruit? Any seeds? Nothing.
Nothing.
Did you pack the bag yourself?
Yeah, I can.
This elderly woman's been living in Australia for over 40 years and is returning home after visiting family in Turkey.
Okay, so let's pull that out. What have you got in here? What's this? Flour.
Yeah.
As well as the flour, Officer Katrina finds the tomato paste and nuts verbally declared by the passenger.
Maybe go smell this one.
I think the dogs smell this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah.
Nuts are one high-risk item biosecurity dogs are trained to detect. But are nuts the only questionable item in this passenger's bag?
All right, now we have to look at the other bags. Can I cut that one?
No, not cut.
I have to look inside, so you can either open it or I have to cut it.
No, cut.
Well, then you open.
while searching the bags of a woman who claimed a GST refund on a $200,000 pair of earrings purchased when she left Australia, Customs and Border Protection officers have uncovered a large amount of undeclared Hong Kong dollars in her luggage.
Do you know how much you have before we start counting? Can you tell me? No? You don't know?
I don't know.
The money will be counted as the search continues for the earrings. As the GST paid on the earrings was refunded to the passenger under the tourist refund scheme. If the woman is bringing them back into Australia, she will have to repay the $20,000 GST she claimed on leaving the country.
Okay, do you have any more money, any more paper? No?
The search fails to find either the earrings or a receipt of the purchase. But then, Officer James notices something unexpected. A man suspected of coming to work in Australia as a male sex worker has been detained by immigration.
What are these for?
It's over-the-counter medicine.
For what?
It's for impotence.
Yeah, we do get a lot of people coming in for the sex trade and trying to illegally work in Australia. If we can find evidence through baggage search, then we can confirm the passenger's been working here. So.
After a comprehensive bag search, Customs and Border Protection has uncovered a large amount of medication.
Do you have any needles on you? In your bag? You have needles?
Yeah, in there.
And what do you use the needles for?
Antibiotics.
You use needles for antibiotic.
Yeah.
Is that per doctor's prescription?
It is. I have the prescriptions
is
as
it?
well, yes. Enough for the whole trip.
While information received suggests the man is here to work, immigration officers need to make sure he does not have any other intentions while in Australia.
Are you a recreational drug user?
A biosecurity dog detected food items, which this non-declarant passenger had in one of her bags.
Can I need to look in there, so I have to cut it?
I know. You
All
look
right,
it.
I have to cut.
She maintains there is no more food, but her objections to the bag search are only raising doubts for Officer Katrina.
What's this one?
This one, different knocks.
When I asked you if you had anything in here, you said nothing, no more, only
Forget,
paste.
darling, forget. I'm busy, my hair. How many hours I'm there every place inside? 3 days.
You forget about this.
Yeah, 3 days, 3 days.
Anything else you forget?
You
hon?
check. This one.
I will check. The dog's on there?
As Officer Katrina continues,
walnut, yes.
dog handler Tanya's been observing the bag search, and she feels a concealed item may have been overlooked.
This is where my dog was. What is this one?
I'll show you. Open.
I think I know what it is.
This passenger returning from a trip to China is carrying a large amount of undeclared cash, and Customs and Border Protection may have just found the $200,000 diamond earrings they have been looking for.
Okay. Truthful, be truth to me, okay? When you left Australia, you claimed earrings. Okay? $216,000. Where are the earrings? Are you wearing them still?
I'm sorry.
You're wearing them. I can see them. Earrings, tax, we give you rebate, okay? Where is it? The paper.
Say the Chinese. Chinese.
Not Chinese, the one we give you upstairs. When you leave, we give you a receipt. You don't know where, or you don't know what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Where's the receipt?
Getting nowhere, Officer James decides to question the woman further using an interpreter in a private interview room. Once there, the woman claims ignorance as the reason for why she failed to declare both of the items.
The female passenger stated that she wasn't too sure how much money she had. She said her husband gave it to her overseas and she forgot about it. And with the earrings, she stated she didn't know that she had to declare it and she thought it was a personal item.
An anonymous tip has led to this Ecuadorian national being detained by Sydney immigration under suspicion of coming to Australia to work in the sex industry. But after finding a large amount of prescription medication in his luggage, officers are also making sure there are no other reasons for his visit.
Are you a recreational drug user?
I am not a
Do
recreational.
you use recreational drugs?
I don't use any drugs.
Okay.
Any drugs.
You have no drugs on your body?
I have no drugs on my body. I have no drugs at all.
Okay.
I don't use at all.
Okay.
I don't transport at all.
Have you had any convictions for drug use?
Never.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Thank you for your cooperation. He's definitely not well, and I was concerned about his eyes.
Yeah.
So that could be his illness, but it could also be masking lots of other types of abuse. But he's also very sick, I think.
Yeah, he's got a lot of medication.
Yeah.
Officers are now convinced the man's sole intention for coming to Australia is to work illegally.
He's placed an ad on a website.
And they have discovered evidence which confirms that it will be in the sex trade.
It's got a profile of the passenger, and it's got his personal details, and it's got a photo of himself as well. It's pretty explicit stuff, and we can clearly see that's him, and you can clearly see that he's coming here to work for that agency.
So, with proof of the website profile, the officer now has questions he needs answers to.
Can you tell me your purpose of travel to Australia today?
I'm going to go to Melbourne and I'm going to meet Sean's family in Perth.
And who's Sean?
Sean is the person you have in the next room.
You're travelling with?
Yes.
How do you plan to support yourself for 50 days in Australia?
Oh, the same way I have supported myself for my whole trip. With my credit cards, with my money, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you again.
Okay.
Why are you here in Australia, and do you have any other intentions to be in Australia?
Like what, for instance?
Like, are you here for, do you have a job here or work or something? Or?
I don't have a job. I don't have any employer, anything, no?
You sure about that?
Employer, yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't have any employer.
All right, I'm just going to show you something. Tell me, this website, is this you?
At Melbourne Airport, biosecurity officer Tanya has discovered a concealment in this passenger's bag.
What is this one?
I'll show you. Open.
I think I know what it is.
Vegetable.
Well done.
That's vegetable seeds.
Yeah, vegetable seed. I put in my garden.
Yeah, you want to put in your garden. Is there any more?
No, darling, nothing.
Ma'am, please tell me, will we find more if we look right through every bag?
No have, darling, no have. It's my sock.
Officer Katrina discusses the case with her supervisor, and a decision is made to issue the passenger with a warning.
You must remember next time when you travel, you said you go to visit your sons, you must declare all your food because today you had nuts, you had herbs and you had the seeds. You are not allowed to bring the seeds in. You can't have the seeds.
Finish.
Considering her age and the fact that I don't think she understood the card. I don't feel that she was trying to conceal anything. I think she just wasn't aware that she had to declare the items that she was carrying today.
This man has entered the country on a tourist visa, but immigration officers believe he is here to work as a male escort.
I'm going to ask you again.
Okay.
Why are you here in Australia, and do you have any other intentions to be in Australia?
I don't have any employer, anything, no.
You sure about that?
Employer, yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't have any employer.
All right, I'm just going to show you something. Okay. Now, tell me, this website, is this you?
Yes,
Be honest.
it is me. Yes, it is me.
Is this for Australia?
Yeah.
And is that for a website in Australia for you to work as a escort here in Australia, or?
As a masseur?
So if that website goes up, then
Yeah.
you will work as a masseur in Australia, yes?
Possibly, yeah.
For this trip?
Yeah, this trip.
Okay.
If it.
With an admission that he has intentions of working on this trip, officers also need to determine how involved his partner is in this plan.
And there are some messages in there where you're talking about, can you activate one for my partner too? Is that for your partner you're traveling with now, or?
He hasn't done anything bad.
Yes.
He hasn't done
Yeah.
anything. I was asking. He wasn't asking.
Okay.
With evidence mounting up, officers now need to decide the fate of these two men and whether they will both be going home. At Sydney's mail centre, Customs and Border Protection officers are constantly scanning thousands of incoming packages every day, looking for anything suspicious. And today, a package sent from Hong Kong has caught Officer Bev's attention.
There seems to be something orange which indicates organic matter inside that case, and I'm not sure what the organic matter is.
With the package opened by Australia Post, Officers Bev and Michelle can take a closer look at the contents.
Where is it? This?
This, yeah.
What is it?
Looks like a
Oh,
light.
it's a very heavy camera
like a light.
something thing.
Yeah. Possibly a pretty good concealment area.
This man has admitted to working illegally on a previous visit to Australia, and with evidence that he intended to do it again, officers have had no choice but to serve him with a notification of intent to cancel his visa.
He's come here before and worked,
Yep.
and his intention on this occasion is to also work, which would be in breach of the condition on his visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
While he is given time to respond, the fate of his friend has been decided.
His partner has actually, he's denied the claim that he's coming here to work, and he's denied that he, he doesn't know what Miguel has mentioned in those emails. So basically, that's all we can go on.
So, with no evidence to suggest his friend was ever here to work, he is free to start his holiday.
I fell asleep for about an hour. Had a nice little dream that everything could work out okay, and it did. So I'm happy. I need to wait for my friend as well. I'm going to wait outside and see what happens.
Sean now has an anxious wait to see if his friend will join him. Meanwhile, Miguel is still hoping Officer Jimmy will consider his pleas.
I would ask you to consider from a human point of view, and this is not the main purpose of my trip, working as an escort for $100. Really, it's having a good time and meet Sean's family.
As immigration officers assess Miguel's response and the overwhelming evidence against him, a decision is made.
Your visa has been cancelled. As you are no longer the holder of a visa, you have been refused immigration clearance and will be removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen.
What's happened with Sean? He doesn't have any money, all the money is there. Then I would like to leave him money.
Yeah, he said he's worried about his partner, and he's pretty upset about it, but he'll be going home today.
Sydney's mail centre, Customs and Border Protection officers have just discovered something unusual hidden inside a camera from Hong Kong.
Obviously something which is not supposed to be there. So it looks like crystal meth or ice, commonly known. They usually put things in foil thinking that it's not going to be obvious on X-ray. Give it a test?
Yes.
The officers take a small sample of the crystals and test it using a nick pouch.
This should turn blue, bright blue colour. It's a really strong positive for methamphetamine.
Officers weigh the package and it's clear that it's a substantial find.
Any find's a good find.
It's not actually a really sophisticated concealment, so it's pretty easy to spot. But, you know, it's 300 grams, so that's good.
From here, we'll hand it over to the AFP. Hopefully they can catch the people responsible.